I read your answers, and let me first congratulate the entire class for making an honest attempt to answer most of the questions. However, I thought you guys were way off in estimating the cost and time to build such a system. Think about the labor cost. You guys are engineers from NITK, but wouldn't accept any jobs that would pay you less than 5 to 10 lakhs. But all your estimates in answer papers talk about small numbers like 20,000, 50,000. Again, this entire semester, think about how much useful things have you guys been able to contribute. But estimating the time of building such a system, you guys are very optimistic and saying everything can be done in a matter of a few days. Then comes the ability to think big, where you guys have a lot of inhibition.
What I'm proposing is not a side course, but the main meal itself.
Just for a moment, think how would the future of education look like. Maybe all students in the world someday will log into a website and take any course that they want and learn things. They'll be watching videos, playing games, playing quizzes, and interacting with virtual reality systems and AI robots. So every student for 10 to 15 years will log in every day from 9 to 5 into such a system, and think about how many students will be there across the world, and they'll be taking these courses probably through their schools, different universities, through governments, and maybe from a bunch of websites which will certify their course completion. Now, touching the topic of innovation, I was kind of surprised that none of you talked about things like Kinect. How much that can, or such a system can revolutionize the learning experience. Think about it, if you could take a course where you could touch the stars and basically look through the brain, and how interesting would the class in astronomy or biology be? And when you're looking at geography, if you can look at the map, touch it around, go to the places, and when you talk about Paris, you actually walk on top of Eiffel Tower, feel how it is to drive on an autobahn. How interesting would geography be? To reach this point, we have had lots of enabling technologies in place, so as to make this possible. So we have Camtasia Studio, which basically is very usable to record content and mix and match them. YouTube has solved the problem of hosting video content. Facebook has mastered viral marketing. And then MIT, Stanford, and such institutions have been playing around with online education, free education for a long time. Guys like Khan Academy and Melinda Gates Foundation have been thinking through this a lot. So we have some experience. There are lots of disconnected online solutions. Phoenix University and Kaplan are probably two big online education centers in the United States, and roughly 10 to 15% of higher education courses taught in Western countries are completely online. Now, who will be the stakeholders who will be benefiting from such system? YouTube or Google basically is facing stiff competition from Hulu and other online video services. So people are spending more and more time on Facebook, and they're losing customers. So they would surely benefit if they can think of some application that will ask users to come back to their site and spend long hours there. What better than online education, where actually people get some value for spending their time. There are universities like Stanford for-profit businesses who want to expand to India, China, and such developing countries, but they just can't because of the cost of real estate and staffing manpower problems. So what if they can provide those courses online to Indian students? Their cost will also be less, which they will pass it on as a lower cost for the course. And then there's of course Government of India. So we can educate only 7% of our population to any kind of degree level. So educating the entire population should be a goal, and building the infrastructure in terms of physical buildings and stuff like that is quite a tedious job. And for a fraction of the cost, the government through Indira Gandhi Open University and UGC programs can take use of such a system. Now, how will the rollout of such a system happen? First, we'll have a couple of pilot courses probably offered by premium institutes like IITs and NITs. Take for our own example, maybe this course, web engineering, can be offered online. Every year we'll be repeating a set of videos and enabling you to take certain quizzes. And the classroom interaction will just be brainstorming and thinking and interacting with the professor and the student rather than just watching the same videos together. After a couple of such successful pilot programs, then the course can be then scaled globally.
I wanted to figure out how deep you guys can think by just tailor suiting it to computer engineering. So
we started thinking around this from a BTech degree in computer science, because that's what you guys are familiar with. So at least you guys should think about you are taking 4 to 5 courses, 8 semesters. So that's the number of minimum courses that should be available for getting a degree. And then there are electives which will be diverse based on your interest. So some basic courses like data structure, C, everybody has to take it. What if we can provide those courses free, and we just get the best data structure teacher, maybe Howard and Sani, to take up that course, and your favorite C teacher, Balguru Swami or somebody like that, to offer you the C programming course. Then there are lots of private engineering colleges who are struggling with getting qualified teachers to teach the courses. So they can probably sign on their students into these courses and pay as a one-time fee, and their assistant lecturers can probably guide the students through the evaluation process and take up the discussions. This kind of solution has benefits to lots of different vested interests, and I think this has a better chance of success than a monolithic system which companies like Apple propose, where one company does everything. So the rollout will happen in milestones. The first milestone we may think of engineering colleges in computer science degree in Karnataka. Second milestone, all over India. Third milestone, all engineering degrees. Fourth milestone, basically all advanced education programs in India, and so on, keep on expanding. There are benefits to such a system. Students want to balance between what is interesting to them and what is the need from the market to get a job. At the same time, the teachers can be competitive enough in providing interesting content which the students judge. Then the market entities will probably be able to better train the workforce to some very relevant technologies very fast and change accordingly, rather than wait for syllabus to change and things like that.
now there are lots of business decisions that the CEO may drive. For example, he may hit a deal with Stanford or MIT to import lots of content from them. And why would they be interested in helping us with our project? Hosting this content and going through this process is a cost for for them, and if they can offload it to us, and in exchange we enroll all the students, they will be happy. Harvard may come back saying that they need to reserve the right on who gets admission to the courses, and those people may get a Harvard degree. The leftovers of the courses or some videos may be offered to the public free of charge, and lots of poor students may benefit from that. Those business decisions apart, which your class has repeatedly told me that they are not interested in pursuing, at least I expected you guys to be aware of the CTO level decisions that will be required. How do you actually stream a video without it being copied on the client end? How many such videos can be streamed from a common desktop? How many computer science students are there in Karnataka, and the rest of the engineering programs in India? So working out those numbers will give us a better cost estimate. So as a CTO should know how to build such a system on a single PC to show a single stream at least. You may be using the Adobe products or Microsoft products, real player products or whatever, but you should have an idea of how much that costs and what kind of licenses you need to buy. Then once all the students start hitting the site, what will be the different performance and optimization issues that you need to track. Then there will be obviously the question of cheating that will come up. What if the students don't watch the entire video? Yeah, we need to have some kind of quizzes, simple ones, like what the TV programs ask for feedback to make sure the audience watch the entire show. But then we may require the students to be physically present in front of the screen, and we can verify that by using a fingerprint scanner. Again, the question is the student may have an adult accompanying him or a friend who will take the test for him, and both of them are in the same room. In that case, you may require the student to walk into examination center where there will be a staff which verifies the student's identity and makes sure that he goes through the test without any cheating. So there will not be one solution that fits everybody. Lots of business decisions will be driving the technology, but basically the idea is to create a platform where people will come and learn, and professors will come and teach. So people will be able to serve advertisements, recruit staff, and the world will be a better place. So taking on from here, what can you people do? I have basically given you a solution. You can make it as a business plan and enter one of these competitions, or at some point of time in your life, probably you can work on a component to make this thing come through. It's just a vision. It may come into practice at some other point in some other form. Basically, my take on online education is that it's not a substitute for living, and it's not something to reduce you as dummies in front of computers, but it will enable you to do more in life. So when you jump out of a parachute, you know exactly which string to pull. When you land in Germany, you can check your rental Porsche and hit 300 kilometers per hour right away on the autobahn. When you see that big wave in Hawaii, your body is trained to balance your surfboard and ride it. Enjoy those exciting times.